I just discovered a new feature on Google's Gemini that, well, is new for me, but it's called guided learning. Now, I think it's been around for a couple of months, so it's not breaking, but here's the thing that is. I'm calling it my new mentor, and the reason is because it just leaked, at least I just discovered, that it has been releasing my $2,000 per month GEO strategy that I sell to small businesses in my area. And since, well, I guess the cat is out of the bag, I will be breaking down that service in this video. Now, why would I be doing that? Well, because it's a valuable service that anybody can offer as long as they're willing to put in a little work and follow some actionable steps, especially if you have the help of this new mentor of Google's. And by the way, this is the same strategy I just got a new furniture dealer client for yesterday. You can see here, $3,000 per month, right? I have a little add-on here for GEO, $500 per month, and you can increase your price based on your skill. So you're gonna wanna watch this entire video because at the end of the day, I really didn't open up Gemini's new mentor mode to make money or find clients, but I very quickly realized that it was walking me through this exact process of selling this $500 to $2,000 a month service, depending on your skill level, to business owners. Now, what is GEO? Why would business owners pay you or me? I'm gonna break down all of that in this video. As you can imagine, Gemini is gonna share the entire process step by step, which we're gonna go into together. And since you're gonna wanna know how to deliver this service, I might as well just show you one of the best ways to find people to pay you for it, right? So that's what we're gonna cover. Now, real quick, before we get into all that, if you like this topic of building an online business and getting AI subscription-based clients, I'd like to do something special for you today and offer you my 4-part AI fast track training, normally valued at $900 for free. And I'd also like to stress that this training is free right now. I show you my tactics and strategies, just like I'm gonna share with you in this video, to get your first or your next paying customer. I'm also gonna give you 30 days free of the best AI software tool that I use to get clients and run my business, and I'm gonna demo in this video. And so if you'd like that, please just like this video, consider sharing this video with a friend who should get started going with this business model, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and then just comment below and I'll send you the 4-part fast track training. Now, this is what we're gonna be covering. I'm gonna tell you or share with you what Gemini's guided learning is. We're gonna go over generative engine optimization, GEO. I know it sounds technical, it's not too crazy, and I'm gonna break it down step by step for you. I'm also gonna share with you why it's so valuable, because obviously you're gonna wanna get paid for it. Well, you have to understand why people would pay you for it. Then I'm gonna show you how to get somebody to actually pay you for it, and then how to deliver the GEO. So if that sounds good, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive into it, okay? So what is Gemini's guided learning? Well, it's a new feature. Again, new for me, I don't know, a couple of months. I just figured it out. I think it's pretty wild, but you can think of it as your personal tutor or mentor. It gives you an interactive learning process. So instead of just talking to you, guided learning can ask you questions and tailor explanations along to your learning style. And how do you find it? Well, you go to Google, you do a search just like you would Gemini, right? Gemini is free. You can hit Ask Gemini here and then click the tools and you'll find the guided learning section. And so I'm gonna give you some share links to some of the conversations I've had along with this entire bonus document for this specific video. I'm gonna show you how we build a lead list for people to pay, people that want to pay for this type of service. I'm gonna show you how to use AI to create an audit, which you're gonna give away to people and you can charge money for. And I'm gonna give you this email template all in this bonus document. So just comment below and I'll send that over to you. And we're gonna be working off of this for the remainder of this video, okay? So back to the guided learning. You know, I have this prompt here, make me a guide on how to get my website to show up at the top of Gemini's recommendations for digital marketing agencies in Hawaii. And it gives me a step-by-step journey on how to do this, right? It gives you an entire checklist. And I'm skimming through this right now because we're gonna spend more time in it. So that's essentially what it is. Interactive learning, you can ask questions based off of it. And let's pause for a second here. Google has been historically the place that businesses want to rank their website, show up, the platform to show up and to grow their business and get more leads, right? Well, isn't it kind of interesting that you can now ask AI to tell you, Google's AI, to tell you how to show up higher in their visibility? you can actually have it give you a guided learning session on how to show up in their responses. Baffling, straight from the horse's mouth, right? So you can use Gemini's guided learning to teach you anything, essentially. I've only used it to test out this around generative engine optimization. And remember, I just sold one of these packages yesterday. You can see January 15th, $500 per month. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to sell this without taking any action, by the way. You have to take action. I'm sharing my results with you just to qualify myself as somebody who is actually selling this new thing that so many people want, right? So many people want this. What is generative engine optimization? It's the new search engine optimization. If somebody essentially goes to Google and they type in a question, the initial response is this AI overview. Have you guys seen that in Google before? Now, if Google is not suggesting your business, like say somebody types in here, Dallas pool cleaner, and the first response here at the top is not your company, you're probably missing out on a bunch of business. Well, GEO is the process of getting that business to appear in the responses. Now, this can attribute to not only Google search, right? People are calling this little specific thing that you see in your screen here, like in Google search, they're calling it AEO, answer engine optimization, which is the same way you optimize a website for this, which we're gonna go through step by step in Gemini to show you how to do this. But also GEO, generative engine optimization, is when you use a tool like ChatGPT and you ask a question and it gives you a response. So these things are tied together, just like they're tied together with search engine optimization. So that's essentially what it is, getting recommended by AI. A different platform, it doesn't really matter. It's a recommendation across the board, and you can do different things to be optimized in these different platforms. And a real quick summary is that it's all about trust. How trustworthy is your website? How well can Google and ChatGPT and Gemini, how well can they read your website? And how organized is the information to be recommended in the response that people are looking for? And why is this so valuable? It's so valuable because, number one, people are using these AI tools more and more every single day. They're starting their searches there rather than going to Google. So if you are a business owner and you have previously gotten a lot of your website visitors and traffic and sales and customers and leads through a site like Gemini and ChatGPT, I just bumped up my audio for you. Let me know if that's good. Then this is where the money's moving to. You want to show up with higher visibility. And so if you're not there, then you're losing out on money. If you are not there, you obviously want to show up. And I will tell you this business that we just closed, they're all looking for this service. These business owners have what I'm calling AI guilt. You may have heard of me talk about this in my other videos, but I'm going to continue to keep breaking it down in all of them because I know we have a lot of new people here. What is AI guilt? AI guilt is a mindset, maybe, that I believe almost all business owners out there have right now, and I have confirmed this by speaking with them and selling them services like this. It is the mindset of knowing that AI tools are growing. They're even maybe using them for simple and basic things, but they have no idea how to use AI to actually grow their business rather than maybe asking it questions and getting feedback. But people feel like their competitors are probably thinking the same way. They are also thinking they may be adopting and using this before they ever are themselves. And for that reason, they feel guilty. When I talk to them, when I speak to them, when I reach out to them, when you have a conversation around optimizing in AI search, their ears immediately perk up. Because there's nobody out there that's actually doing it right now. This is a wide open category of service that you can be offering small businesses. You know, Google ads and search engine optimization and social media and all these things have been around for a long time. But the new thing that people need is to have higher visibility in these AI tools. Let me know in the comments, you guys, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, if this is making sense. Let me know if you are familiar with this term GEO or AEO. And also, let me know if you're already interested in maybe selling this to small businesses or you've already gotten your first customer with it. I'd like to see in the chat And put your questions in the chat. I'm going to circle back and answer them as we go. So just a reminder for anybody that's tuning in, this is kind of what we're covering in this video. I've talked about Gemini's guided learning. I talked a little bit about what is GEO generative engine optimization and why it is valuable. And I'm going to show you now how to get somebody to pay you for it. And then we're going to circle back to the guided learning tour that Gemini gave me on how to actually implement this. Because first step, you want to find somebody to pay you. You want to collect the money. Once you get the money, then you can fulfill the work. Let's keep diving in. Somebody says I'm not familiar with the term, but this is making sense big time. Great, it sounds like you're in the right place. So how to get somebody to pay you for it. You understand the AI guilt concept I gave you. Why is GEO so valuable? You want to get ahead of your competition. It's the future of search. How to get somebody can't even talk. How to get someone to pay you for it. So what I like to do is offer a foot in the door service. This is always my strategy to get somebody who is never heard of you, never worked with you. If you're brand new, you need to use a unique foot in the door strategy to get the attention of somebody. And a lot of people, when they try to get a client or make some money online, they usually have a hard time doing it because they usually go for the throat and they want to charge $3,000 right out of the gate. But you have to start out small and incrementally grow in your pricing. And so I'm going to lay some of that out for you in this video. So my foot in the door strategy is I like to use a generative search visibility audit. And I have a prompt that I'm going to give you using Manus AI. If you haven't heard of Manus AI, I did a video yesterday on this exact thing. You can go search for that. But Manus AI, which was recently just acquired by Meta for $2 billion, just announced 2 days ago that they have integrated with a tool called SimilarWeb, which is a traffic and analytics platform that I've been using for years that allows you to spy on any website and find how many people are visiting it, where they're coming from, the holes that they have in their traffic, and ways that you can help and improve that. So why is this important? Because now you can ask Manus AI to audit a website for you, and it'll give you an audit for that business. I'm going to give you my audit template too, so stick with me here, or my audit prompt, that you can just give this business. And these charts are based off of their website. So normally, in order to get access to this information, guys, you would have to have access to this business's website, their analytics, their Google business profile. But because Manus AI allows you to make searches and audits with their integration with SimilarWeb, you can create these audits for businesses that allow you to pique their interest about optimizing their website for generative search. And this is how you can get paid $500 to $2,000 per month because it's a valuable service, just like search engine optimization is. But when you send emails, prospecting messages with an audit value up front, poking holes at their online visibility, it is easier to get a response from those people. And so I'm going to give you all these templates. We're going to go through this step by step, and I'm going to even show you how to build a lead list of businesses with Manus's new SimilarWeb feature. Let me know if you guys if this is the type of stuff that you're interested in. And by the way, how many people are watching this stream right now? I can't see it in my OBS. It's definitely something that OBS should change. They should show you how many people are watching your stream. Somebody says, is Manus AI the only platform with this feature? As far as I know, it just came out like 2 days ago. Okay, so let's tie it all in here, right? How do you get someone to pay you for this GEO service? Step 1, you have to build a lead list. I'm going to use Manus AI to do that. Step 2, I'm going to have Manus AI create an audit. And then step 3, I'm going to contact the highest value audit with an email template that I'm going to give you. Right here. A really good email template too, by the way. And I'm also going to give you an audit that I've already created. Okay, so let me show you how to build an audit with Manus AI. I've already got this prompt here, and I've given you this prompt in the document. So just comment below and I'll send you this document, right? It's already here. Here's my lead list. And it says, hi Manus AI, please build me a lead list of 25 small businesses in Hawaii with an estimated annual revenue of $1 to $5 million. We want to work with businesses that have a little money, right? They want to reinvest money to continue to grow their business. For each company, please perform the following steps. Identify the company and its website. Use the SimilarWeb integration to analyze the website traffic and identify those that could benefit from marketing. Example, low traffic, low visibility. This is key. Find the contact information for each qualified lead, including their contact name, their email, company's phone number. Please present the final list in a table format. This updated prompt is now more specific and help me generate a highly targeted, okay, you can delete that part. I actually had Manus AI write this prompt for me, which I broke down in the video yesterday. You can see that it says, got it. I'm going to be building this target list of 25 businesses. And what I love about Manus AI is it multitasks and gathers the data and it cross-references the information to make sure that it is correct across multiple different databases. And you can see that it It uses a similar web API integration, which is exactly what we're looking for. It's putting together a list for me. Now, this is another great feature of Manus AI, right? It uses wide research and it has an additional ability to bulk search all at once. And I love to use the wide research. And then I love watching Manus AI go through and enrich the data. Like, it already put together this lead list for me. And now it's going out and it's finding the company name, the website URL, their estimated revenue, their phone number, their location. So Manus AI is like the new GOAT of putting together a lead list because it integrates with SimilarWeb. 100%. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with that. And then when I get a list like this, right? When I download this list, I will then upload it to a tool called Go HighLevel. Now, this is Go HighLevel. I'm giving you 30 days free in Go HighLevel, and that is going with my 4-part fast track training, right? So just comment and I'll send you the fast track training. I'm going to put the link in the live stream chat right now for those that are following on live. I'm going to give you my 4-part fast track training and a 30-day trial link to use HighLevel for the next 30 days so that you can follow along with this exact method that I'm giving you. So you can use the prompt with Manus. Manus has 1 free search per day. You can pay for it too. It has a $20 a month plan if you want to jump in. Look at this thing going, just enriching all this information, gathering all this company analytic and data that makes this lead list so much more valuable. So you can follow along, 4-part fast track training, 30 days free of HighLevel, build your lead list in Manus AI, download that list, upload it to HighLevel. HighLevel is essentially my Swiss Army knife of ways that I grow my business. You know, I'm an AI marketer. I have small businesses that pay me to help them with their online visibility. And for that reason, I have to have certain tools that I need to help these businesses be successful. That's what HighLevel is for me. It's one tool that has a whole suite of things that I can use at my disposal. Just like, you know, back when I was a mechanic, I had a toolbox with like 300 different tools in it, right? Well, if you want to make money in this AI world, you need to have some tools. And I would preferably just rather pay for as little as possible. And HighLevel, I'm not going to go through all the tools in this video, but just know I can send emails, I can send SMSs, I can build websites, I can build AI agents, I can build conversational bots, I can give all these tools to my customers and charge them a fee. So I'm a reseller of this software as well. I explain all of this in detail in the 4-part fast track training. But for the rest of this video, I'm going to focus on being able to use the contact section. The contact section is my database of leads. I built a lead list in Manus AI, right? And now I can go to, and I have to blur this out, otherwise YouTube will flag me, the contact section of HighLevel, and I can upload this entire lead list. And now I can send an email one-to-many all at once through HighLevel. And you can see I actually sent out an email just a couple days ago, campaign on the 13th, which is around 3 days ago. And it went out to 3,000 plus people. And I got, and this is an email just like the one that I am giving you guys, all about AI optimization, GEO optimization. And you can see that I got 200 people to click and open up my email, which is crazy, right? That's like a huge percentage, 15% clicks per unique open. And so for those of you that are out there that are like maybe trying to get one client at a time or speaking to one person at a time, and you're looking to really kind of go for a shotgun approach, I recommend that you use HighLevel. You take my 30 days free and you use Manus AI to build yourself a very high value lead list. And you can send emails that way. Now, I also do recommend sending individual emails, highly personalized emails. I don't want to take anything away from that, but I also do, like, I have been testing, and you can see that I sent this one 2 days ago, and I'm seeing some really good responses with building this type of lead list and sending these types of emails. And for me, this is kind of like innovation that I'm just sharing with you. And I should say, you guys, the stuff that I teach you is all coming from a real business, right? I'm actively doing this. My company was recently recognized as the 2nd fastest growing company in Hawaii. And, you know, I've been doing this for about 10 years, but we didn't have the type of explosive growth that we're having now until we started to adopt these types of tools, build lead lists like this with Manus AI and audit at scale and use Go HighLevel to monetize as much as we can every single lead and client that we get in to our company. And by the way, you know, I'm showing you how to sell an audit that you can give away for free just to get your foot in the door, or you can sell for $200, $300, $500. I, in the past, regularly sold a $500 SEO audit to a small business. And with that audit, I uncovered a bunch of ways that we could help them. And if they decided that they wanted that help, then I would apply that $500 to their $1,000 per month SEO campaign. So you can use that strategy if you want to use it. That was my favorite method, and I really uncovered that because whenever I got a client in the beginning, I would have to do an audit anyway. And so I realized, like, well, if I'm going to have to do the audit anyway, why don't I do the audit up front? And then why don't I just charge them for it? That way, if they don't want to do it, I make a little money. And if they do want to do it, it'll help incentivize them to get them on an AI monthly subscription, get them on a monthly subscription service. Not AI yet, right? This is just search engine optimization back in the day. Play with that audit, play with that price point, okay? Somebody says, when I click on the link, it's only giving me an option to upgrade to 27. I'm giving you a 30-day link to sign up, a 30-day trial to HighLevel. So you can, I'll put this link in the chat for you. That's just directly to HighLevel, but within the 4-part fast track training, you're getting 4 training videos plus the 30 days trial link to HighLevel plus, other assets and stuff like that you can use. So let me jump back in because I got a little off track here. How to get somebody to pay you for this, right? We talked a little bit about building a lead list with Manus AI. I've given you the prompt, and now I showed you how you can download this lead list and upload it to HighLevel. One of the nice features about HighLevel, if you ever have any questions, you can just type into Google GHL upload contacts. And that's going to take you to their free, completely open support portal where it shows you step by step how to import a contact list or any other question you have with step-by-step videos, screenshots. So I don't need to do any training on this stuff right now. If you guys are like, okay, well, how do I upload a contact database to HighLevel, and you're watching the replay of this, just go to Google and look it up. It's free. It's ready to go right now. I don't need to explain that to you. Just know that you can build this lead list and then you can upload it and you can send an email. Okay. What I would do is if you get somebody to reply to that email, or if you're individually sending emails to people because you want to be more unique and you don't want to blast them out all at once, then I would have Manus AI create an audit on probably the most high valued customer that you find in your lead list that you want to message one-to-one. Or if you get somebody to respond to an email that you sent out to 100 people, then you have Manus AI go out and create the audit. And here's what the audit looks like. It's so hard. I don't know if you guys know this, but it ain't easy to do these live streams. It ain't easy to keep it all together, keep the flow going to where I walk you through something step by step. Like, it's really important to me that, I don't leave any stone unturned. I've seen a lot of training that people do, and I always have there's always gaps in what they're talking about, and there's always questions. I could have just did a video on guided learning with Gemini, but that's not enough for me. Like, yeah, we talked about guided learning, and I shared a little bit about it with you, but now I also want to show you how to use it to get a client and monetize, and that's a process. So anyway, felt like sharing that. So here's how you create an audit, and I'm giving you this prompt. Okay. It's not a difficult prompt to use. Okay. I put this in the document for you as well. It says, I like this lead, and I shared the lead's information because Manus AI put together the lead list for me, right? I'll just copy this, whatever lead that I want. If you use the prompt that I gave you to build the lead list, Manus AI will actually recommend, and it's still working. I'm still watching it work here, enriching this information. And that's how you know it's really good information, because it's cross-checking if it's actually good stuff. It'll tell you the one that it thinks is the highest value, like it has, the most healthy business and needs the most help. I would then take that information, copy it over into a new chat, and then I will say, I like this lead, build me an audit that I can use to send to the client, show the gaps. Again, this is similar web analytics, right, that you're going off of. Show me the gaps where I can help and position myself as someone who can help solve. Do not use technical jargon. Explain it like you are speaking to a 9th grader, and demonstrate as much value as you can. So I use those little additions into my prompts because my experience over the years is that business owners, they don't know. Like, if you came at them and you're like, hey, generative optimization. They'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, are you from Star Trek? You have to say, I looked for your business in ChatGPT for best solar companies in Hawaii, and you were not a recommendation. They understand that. They don't understand generative engine optimization. And when you send emails that lead with generative engine optimization, that shit doesn't work. Okay, so you need to break it down like you're speaking to a 9th grader. And so this is the audit that it gave me. And key mention, it's using SimilarWeb's data to create the comparison visuals. And that's what I love about this audit is it put together competitor analysis. And it even gave me an email to send to this person. It says, hey, Chris, I took a look at your online presence and put together this quick audit to show you where you stand and more importantly, where the opportunities are to get more customers. I've kept it simple and jargon free, and they really have. So I like that, right? The big picture, your online scorecard, monthly visitors are around 931 people visited last month. How they find you, over half already know your name and type it in directly, which means that people aren't finding them in organic search. If they already know who you are and they're going to Google and they're typing in your name directly, you're missing out. And of course, the audit is saying this. The big opportunity, you're missing out on the vast majority of customers who are searching on Google for a solar installer and don't know your name yet. So this is a huge gap. Notice that it's including metrics, monthly visitors, percentages. This is data that comes from SimilarWeb. Normally, I would have to ask the customer for access to all of their stuff to get this information. But with SimilarWeb, look at this. It put together a pie chart showing where their search is coming from. When you send this type of audit to somebody who just met you, they're gonna be like, how did you get this information? Because they're gonna know this information because it's factual. And they're gonna be like, how did you get this? This guy knows his stuff. It's positioning you as the expert, right? My favorite thing about this audit is this section where it puts them up against their competitors. Because think about this, SimilarWeb can gather not only your potential customers' data, but it'll take it and put it against their competitors. So it says your online traffic is good, but not competition. Right now, your top competitors are attracting significantly more potential through their customers and their websites. And then it puts all their competitors and it goes, look at you, you're in the red and they're all in the green. So this is a visual representation that helps sell this service. When you send this audit over, this is something you could totally sell this for a few $100s. You could also just give it away for free because Manus AI does it for you. It does the heavy lifting. It can create it in just a few minutes. I would potentially consider giving it away for free with the hope that they pay you monthly. You know, I would position it as normally I charge $500 for this, but if you want to work together beyond this audit, I'll apply it to your $1,000 per month GEO campaign. What do you guys think so far? You guys getting value out of this? So it's got a traffic chart here in the audit. The solution, a simple 3-step plan to get more customers. So let me jump back to my slides real quick, right? I've showed you how to build a lead list with Manus AI, how to have Manus AI create a GEO audit using my prompt, and then how to contact the highest value lead with an email template. So here's my email template that I'm gonna give you. Subject line, I love this subject line. Your solar company is invisible in AI search. You think a business owner would open that? Probably. It says, hey, Desta, I was searching ChatGPT and Google's Gemini for the best solar installer in Hawaii. Notice that your company, Independent Energy, does not appear in the first response. Want me to fix that for you? And remember, if you don't know how to fix this, I'm going to show you in a second because we're going to use Google's Gemini guided learning to show us how to fix this stuff. Here's why this is important. 52% of consumers are now using AI chatbots for local business research. Now, this goes back to what I said earlier, you guys, about AI guilt. Business owners, this email really leans heavily on the AI guilt that we all know that they are feeling, and I'm just probably one of the first people to really put a label on it and share it with you. But they are feeling that AI guilt, that knowing that AI is potentially helping their customers or their competitors grow their business in ways that they are not doing themselves because the average business owner has no idea where to get started growing their business with tools like Manus AI and Gemini and ChatGPT. The average business owner is only looking for recipes, looking for travel itinerary ideas. You know, they look at ChatGPT as just kind of like a gimmicky thing that might maybe help them respond to an argument with a client or their significant other. But they have yet to figure out how to use it to optimize their website for AI search. So this email template, you guys, I'm giving this to you in my document today for commenting below. And by the way, when you join the 4-part fast track training, you get the entire bonus document with all of my latest videos. Today's video is right here, Gemini Guided Learning with the Manus Audit. And so when you join the fast track training, you'll end up on this page in the link, and it's free. There is a VIP upgrade if you want it. It's only $27, I think. Some people, they like to have more additional training and they want to go a little faster. That's what the VIP upgrade is for, but you do not have to take it. The 4-part training is free. You can say no to the VIP, get the 4-part training. I still give you all of my bonuses from the last videos, including this one in this video, with the 30-day trial to HighLevel, so you can send many, many emails all at once. And there are 4 additional client getting tactics that I give you in the fast track training to monetize with HighLevel. So all of this is free. I'm giving it to you guys because I want to see you be successful. I also get a commission from HighLevel if you sign up for it, which means that I have a vested interest in seeing you guys be successful. I'm not like those other YouTubers out there who just gate everything. I only get paid from HighLevel when you actually pay for HighLevel. So my goal is to give you real, actionable strategy that would hopefully help you to get your first or your next paying customer, so you will pay for HighLevel, because that's when I get paid. It does me no good if you sign up for HighLevel and you don't do anything with it. And so that is why I put all of my best stuff, you guys, in this training for free. And remember, you get 30 days of HighLevel, plenty enough time to follow along and get your first or your next customer if you take action on it. And then you can continue to paying for HighLevel, which is like 99 bucks a month. Super affordable when you consider that you get like 30 different tools all built into this. And again, it is my tool belt that I use as somebody that runs a multi-7-figure AI marketing company with over 50 clients, servicing them on a monthly basis. Somebody says, is there additional cost to send mass emails in HighLevel? It's like pennies. I don't even know that I've ever sent more than $1 worth of emails. To me, it's basically free, I think. So let me jump back to my slides real quick, you guys. And I know somebody's asking for, because I do want to show you how to optimize for GEO, right? If somebody says yes, what do you do? Well, we'll go to the guided learning section, and then we'll take some Q&A, okay, you guys? So put some questions in the chat, and we'll go through all those. I just want to make sure. Somebody's asking for the bootcamp. So if you want my 30-day link to HighLevel, I just put a link in the chat that gives you my 30-day link, plus all my bonuses, my snapshot, all that stuff. And they will do a live boot camp with you to get set up. So it's like a total white glove service. I just put that in the chat for you. You can go ahead and check it out. Somebody says Manus rocks, now scraping, asked for 25 companies. It's giving 40 leads. I mean, it really is. Look, I have been making videos about Manus AI since its launch in March. And my videos have over 1 million views on them. It's like one of the reasons why my channel really blew up last year, because I was talking about it in the very beginning when people were afraid of it because it was originally created by a Chinese-based company, which to me is like, I'm not giving it my social security number. I'm not giving it my passport information. I'm using it to find businesses that need help or provide value to them. So there were a lot of people that were skeptical. And what's funny about that now is that Meta just purchased it last week for $2 billion. So you're going to be seeing and hearing it go more and more mainstream, because think about it. They want to add the autonomous agent technology to their tools like Facebook, their ads manager, I don't know, Instagram, maybe even WhatsApp, who knows? So this is what we've been talking about. Gemini's guided learning. What is it? What is generative engine optimization? Remember, it just gave me a step-by-step breakdown, the exact process that we actually use to deliver this $500 per month invoice that we closed yesterday. Altogether, it's a $2,000 a month SEO, and then we added on $500 of generative engine optimization. And I'm going to show you the guided learning session that it gave me, which caught my attention to make this video in the first place, because I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what we do. I've explained why it's so valuable. I've shown you how to get somebody to pay you for it. Now let's talk about how to deliver the GEO. So I'm going to put this link, by the way, how to deliver the GEO. I'm going to give you my actual Gemini guided learning tutorial. I'm going to put it right here for you. at the top of this bonus document, which is exactly, it'll take you to this. I just came up here and I hit share conversation. So if you're in my Facebook group or anybody who has been asking me like, well, how do you guys optimize a website to show up and in the responses of Gemini and ChatGPT? Well, what's crazy is you can have Gemini tell you exactly what you need to do. And that's what started me down this rabbit hole. I said, make me a guide on how to get my website to show up at the top of Gemini's recommendations for digital marketing agencies in Hawaii. Why would I go anywhere else to find out this information? The tool tells you exactly what you need to do. It says, to get your digital marketing agency to show up at the top of my recommendations, you need to shift from traditional SEO to generative engine optimization. Gemini doesn't search for links. It reads to find answers. It prioritizes businesses that views as authoritative entities with consistent data across the web. For local businesses in Hawaii, this is heavily tied to how well you feed data into Google's own ecosystem, maps, business profile, and how credible you look to the AI. There's a lot here. I mean, there's a lot to read. It's not a lot of things that you need to do. I'm just going to read the top of the phases for you guys, right? Obviously, you need to have a Google Maps profile. If you don't know what Google Maps is, we all use Google Maps, but what does it mean for a business? Well, if I go to Roofer, Santan Valley, Arizona, first thing that shows up are the ads, but the second thing that shows up is the map pack. Each one of these pins represents a business that has a Google business profile. This is Google's social media platform essentially for businesses. You have to claim your profile. We get paid to claim people's profiles for them when they don't do that stuff on their own. And that's the first step, right? Gemini is telling me, grounding with Google Maps. Verify your local business is real, reliable. You want to set a service area precision. You want to have your services list. It tells you. It reads your services tab like a menu. Instead of generic terms like marketing, add granular services that match the user prompts. I asked it to help me rank my agency website. Go ahead and ask it. Use the guided learning section. This is it. You hit tools, guided learning, and tell it to show you how to get your client's roofing company to show up for best roofer in your location. You can use this prompt for any industry, anywhere, and it will tell you how to provide the value that you need to provide in order to charge that monthly fee, you guys. So somebody says, will you be offering this bootcamp again, or is this our one-time chance? No, I'm gonna probably do a live stream. I don't know, tomorrow's Saturday. I'm gonna keep doing live streams. I'm gonna keep doing these topics. If you like a specific topic, put it in the chat and I'll do another video on it. I'm building I have a secret community that I've been working on. It's called, I'm not gonna tell you yet. It's free. I'm gonna be dropping it soon. You guys are gonna be able to join it. But I have a lot of things that I've been working on in the AI world, from AI avatars, which have been getting me thousands of views and subscribers on YouTube that you can sell to businesses as well. This is a super secret squirrel process I'm going to be sharing with people in my community. Also, I have an Instagram parasite method that I'm going to be showing you guys. Things are blowing up right now. And so if you want cutting edge stuff that I am doing, I will make that available to you, but just be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Stick with me. There's links in the description of this video where you can join different places of my community and stuff like that. So going back to what it says, right? Google Maps is step one. It tells you exactly how to optimize your Google business location, which previously you guys, it didn't tell you this stuff. You could search Google and Google never actually told you how to improve for their search. They didn't want you to know how to do this stuff. I don't even know if this is going to be around forever. I think they might. I don't even know if they know that it is doing this right now. Phase two, local authority signals. You need to add that local relevance to the website. So Gemini trusts verified data sources. Being listed in highly authority local directories tells the AI the business pillar of the local economy. Chamber of Commerce, Maui Chamber of Commerce. It tells you all the websites that you need to get listed on. Guess what, you guys? You can go to a website like Web20 Ranker. I have a coupon code that I give to people to this site too. And you can buy what's called a press release. Press release. Press and media. Press release. Boom. Syndicate press releases up to 550 plus news outlets. Does that sound like something that it's telling you that you need to do? Get listed on Hawaii directories and news outlets. So like that's one piece of it, right? By the way, we're going to go even deeper in GEO and AEO in the fast track training. I have some plans on my whiteboard to release a full kind of like course on how we're delivering this for our clients. But you are already getting this guide right now for free. I've put the link in the bonus document, and this is just kind of a demo. I mean, you can go to Gemini right now and do guided learning yourself and have it tell you exactly how to take action and optimize the website. I recommend you use your own website as a test project and see how it goes. Phase 3, content structure for the answer engine. So we've already talked about you have to be in the Google Maps. You have to add that local authority, the location authority factor to the website. If you do these things, you guys, this is an ongoing process, right? You do a little bit of this every month for your client, and that's why they pay you $500 per month, or that's why they pay you monthly. You don't do all this at once. And I don't want to do all this at once. I want to have people paying me on monthly subscriptions. And don't you? I mean, that should be a goal for everybody on my channel, that you get paid monthly subscriptions by small businesses in your area. You do a little bit of this every single month, and that's the way that we structure it. You might break it down like stage 1 is month 1, phase 2 is month 2, phase 3 is month 3. And then you might go back and forth and continue to get listed on additional directories and then creating more content. That's kind of what we do. We create content, citations, directories every single month or every other month, right? We do something every month. And that's why I labeled this video as it just leaked my $2,000 a month service, because this is exactly the stuff that we do. You need to structure the website. So if you have somebody paying you for this, you want to go to their website and you want to start adding some content, and you can have AI write the content for you of answer first format. So you want to add like an FAQ on every single page of their website about their product and service. So when Google crawls it, and when people are asking questions like this company versus this company, traditional ads versus digital marketing ROI for Hawaii businesses, because people ask that in Google all the time, or AI all the time, right? Like this company, like why should I use SimilarWeb versus Ahrefs? If you don't have that example on your page, then it's not going to pull you up in that response. So that's the process of optimizing for these types of AI responses, okay? And then advanced agency signals, pro tips. To truly stand out as a modern agency in Gemini's eyes, you need to look like you are on the cutting edge. Leverage Pomeli, which is something that I have been sharing with people. Like I have a video going viral right now on this. If you create content or case studies about how we use Google Pomeli to help Maui businesses, you are creating content about Google's own product. This is highly likely to be picked up and cited by Gemini when users ask about AI-forward agencies. You guys, this is freaking gold right here. For those of you that are into optimizing for search, this thing is actually telling you, I don't know if you know what Google stacks are, Google entity stacks. People in the SEO world know these things, but Google's actually telling you, if you use my tools, Pomeli is something they've created, we're going to find that as more of a value signal for this website. Continue to use all my tools. Use Gemini, use Pomeli, use Flash, use all the things that it creates. If you use those tools and you integrate more, Google Business, Google Maps, we are going to put you higher. And so this is like, I'm boiling this down, but you want to do this for your clients and get paid every month to do those things. And then it created a checklist for me. So remember guys, I've given you this guided learning session, this exact one right here. You can click it in this bonus tutorial link that I'm giving you. I think that I've covered pretty much everything, right? We talked about guided learning, what is GEO, why it's so valuable. I even showed you how to get somebody to pay you for it. I even gave you a 30-day trial link to HighLevel so you can send emails out to people en masse. And I also gave you, when you get somebody to say yes, how to actually do the things that it takes to get paid. So with that, give me some questions in the chat. I'm going to spend a little bit more time here, and we're going to go through anything you guys want to know. Reef says, Google is telling you the sauce. They are, and that is very different than before. Before, they wouldn't tell you. In fact, you have to think about this. They don't really want you gaming their results, right? They don't want you to optimize their results, which is why they never actually publicly released step-by-step training on how to get your business ranked in Google. You had to figure out all this stuff on your own. But now, clear as day, this thing is like telling you exactly what you need to do. I've never seen this before. I don't know if they're going to keep it up. Somebody says, I already use HighLevel. How do I access other assets you have? So I actually have, here, I'll put a link in the chat. If you already use HighLevel, Not required, but if you want to upgrade through the link that I've given you, you have a 30-day trial to upgrade to the next level. And if you do that through my link, you will get my snapshot, which is, let me show you what you get in my snapshot here, which is, if you don't know what HighLevel is, a snapshot is essentially my installation where you get all my bonuses and things. So I have the snapshot. I'm giving you my Google Business Profile prospecting workflow, my pre-built website prospecting. So all these ways that you can, my installations, my tools that I use to get clients, you get all this if you upgrade through my link. You get all this if you sign up to HighLevel through my link. And if you just want the 4-part fast track training, this is free. So you just go to the link that I have that I'm giving you if you comment below, or I just put in the chat. And if you already have HighLevel, then take the 4-part training, and I hope it helps you to get more customers. Somebody says the Postal One service will be a physical address in an office building, so if you work from home, you can register your business. Oh, I appreciate you guys helping each other out in the chat. I actually use Postal One. Maybe it's called iPostal for virtual addresses. Yeah. Somebody says, how many months do you tell client it will be before they're at the top of search results? So that's a really good question. We actually have in our knowledge base, this is our company knowledge base here. This is a great thing that you can do for your, commonly asked questions, is create a knowledge base. But I want to give you how we set the expectation on this, because it took me a long time to really have a good response to this. And I want you to use it. So let's see. Expectations on our SEO service. Campaigns should carry at least a 6 to 9 month commitment to see a 20 to 40% more traffic and or leads year over year. So it takes time, right? Because if we do all these things that Gemini tells us, if we go claim their Google business listing, and then we go write content on their website, and then we go sign up at the Chamber of Commerce, Google just doesn't know that we did all that right away. It has to crawl the website and factor that information in. And what it does is it will start to split test you. It'll start to maybe recommend you a little more. And if people actually click on that, it'll tell them like, oh, this is actually what people are looking for. But if people don't click on it, then it'll tell it that, no, this isn't what people are looking for. So it'll put you lower. And so that also, gathering that click data, it takes time. So you can't just optimize and say, okay, we're done. We optimize. We sell 6 to 12 month contracts. And that's the expectation that we set. Let me know if you got any value out of that. Campaign should carry at least a 6 to 9 month commitment, and you get a 20 to 40% increase year over year in traffic and leads. It's worked really well for us. And if you do any better, here's why that works better. Works good. You're setting the expectation over a good amount of time. Now, a lot of times we see results happen in 2 months, 3 months, depending on if, what we did. If they didn't have a Google business profile and then we claim one for them, obviously you see results pretty quickly. If you told them it's going to take 6 months and they got results in the first month, they're going to be extremely happy because they were expecting 6. So if you set the bar further out and you set the expectation very low, anything above that is going to be a massive win for them. That's why you do that with SEO. Somebody says, is there any way I can help you with your business? I have a lot of knowledge and experience with prompts. Maybe. So if you guys are, I don't know, depends on what you can help me with. But if you want to reach out to me, you can shoot a message to me on Instagram. I have been responding to people every day. I've been going to the request section and responding to people in the request section. So if you have something you want to share with me, you can go to the request section and shoot that over and I'll have a look at it. Somebody says, how about Google Ads? Is it like AI targeting? Is it best, or you still need to learn? So Google is rolling out features to their Google Ads where they have an AI feature now where they're doing AI optimizations, AI building and things like that. My experience so far is it's not as good as we want it. Like, the specialists on my team don't use it because it overspends. You have to think about it this way. They want you to spend as much money as possible. So if you allow them, they will spend it. It has always been our experience that we have to keep the reins really tight on how the money is spent, and we want to keep a close eye on that. So I don't use it yet. We still use AI in the Google Ads department to help create ads, do competitive research. You can use SimilarWeb to tell you like what their competitors are doing that you should be doing that maybe you're not doing. Somebody says, I certainly trust your content, my friend. You're the best. I appreciate you. Somebody says, I'm grateful I found you today. Thank you. Like and subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already. Somebody says, how would you do this if you're based in the UK? Is Google Pomeli in the UK? So Google Pomeli is US based right now. So I don't know, use a VPN if you want. But this strategy that I shared with you today, all this stuff, this is all, you can do all this from the UK, from wherever you want. Yeah, you guys, appreciate Amanda Clarkson. Don't forget to send hearts if you love this channel, you guys. I appreciate you. Put your questions in the chat, you guys. If you have any questions on getting clients, growing an AI business, creating content, real estate, investing, your first client, your 10th client, hiring people, outsourcing, whatever it is, you know, I've been doing this for quite some time, probably a decade now. I've had a lot of failures. I've had a pretty good amount of wins too. And I am, you know, on YouTube now, trying to be as much of an open book as I can with you guys. And so I used to be a mechanic, if you guys didn't know. Somebody's asking if I have a Facebook group. Yes, I have a Facebook group. If you go to offlinesharks.com/Facebook, you can go here. It's a free group, but I am actually creating a Go Collab group right now. So there's 25,000 people in here, but I'm creating a Go Collab group, which is going to be specific to all this stuff that I'm talking about on YouTube. But you can go here right now. Plenty of people talking about the strategies that we've given them, the wins, the tactics, and you can see that people this week alone in this group, people have shared over $14,000 wins for taking action, not just pushing a button and having some get rich quick thing. I have to really put the disclaimer out there. Somebody says, so far I got 25 plus clients. I've already implemented the GEO on my website and it needs an upgrade. Wow, congratulations, that's awesome. Somebody says, I'm gonna check your links. Do you have a Discord? I don't have a Discord, but again, I have an email list. I have a Go Collab community that I've already created. I don't know if I can put, it's too new right now. Maybe I can put the Go Collab, I just created it. I haven't really released it, but maybe I could put the link in the chat right now. Somebody says, do you send follow-ups on the emails you send? Yes, of course we do. So like, look, if I go to HighLevel right now, right? If I go to HighLevel right now, by the way, you get 30 days free of HighLevel in the fast track training. You'll see that I have this dashboard set up for our sales team. We've already closed 2 deals this month. I showed you one of them is this one that we closed yesterday, $3,000 a month. And then the other one I think is a $2,000 a month campaign. I like to put this dashboard front and center for my team so they know how many deals come in, are they hitting their numbers, how many people, AAA prospects are in the pipeline, how many A prospects are in the pipeline, how many schedules do we have, how many B prospects, we have 8, we have 2 C's. So over time, we want the C prospects to become B prospects, the B prospects to become A, the A to be AAA, and then obviously close those deals per month. And so I have this feature that I use in HighLevel for my team and myself. I have to blur this information out because it's sensitive, but I do want to show it to you. Maybe one day I will figure out how to shoot a video without having this information. But this is the opportunities section. And so this is where we have these columns. Lead in. So if we upload a list, they all get dropped into this section. These are individual cards for each lead. And I have somebody on my team and I have emails going out. And so if somebody opens an email and they book an appointment, then they move to the scheduled column. If I have somebody making calls, I have somebody on my team calling people every single day. If they get in contact, then they move them to the first contact column. If they don't make contact, they move it to the no contact. And so if you start to compartmentalize, put your leads into different buckets, then you can add different follow-ups to the different stages. And we automate all this through HighLevel. So if I drop a lead into the first no contact made, then they're going to start to get follow-up emails all about like, hey, I tried to call you, I missed you, I want to try again. Is there a better time to call you? Text messages, so on and so forth. This is all stuff we cover in the 4-part fast track training, you guys. So, if you haven't already, comment below, check it out. Somebody says SimilarWeb is so expensive. Yeah, you're not wrong. SimilarWeb is expensive, but you know what isn't expensive that uses SimilarWeb? Manus AI. They integrated with SimilarWeb and they just announced it. Manus AI, SimilarWeb, 3 days ago. So you don't even have to have a SimilarWeb account to get access to that data. And you can use Manus AI's autonomous agent to even create more powerful marketable resources than I think you get with SimilarWeb, in my opinion. Somebody says, I just signed up for HighLevel using your referral code. Appreciate your content. Yeah, no problem, Pops. Let me know how I can help. Somebody says a live stream helping a client boost the website and how to get it ranking would be a wonderful thing. I have the domain. How do we do it? A client boost the website. How to get it? That's what this guided learning session is all about. How to optimize this website. So, maybe you jumped in late. You might want to watch the recording of this video once we get off. Somebody says, hi, loving your community and channel. How could I optimize social media for my uber cool London salon? So can you guys tell me how many people are still watching the stream? Because if there's a lot of people here, I'll probably stick around a little longer. If you guys have more good questions like this one from Ray Carroll. So what I would do to optimize your social media presence is obviously you need to, number one, have nice content on your social media, because if you think about a salon, when people are looking to get their hair cut, especially women, they are looking on Instagram for pictures of people with similar hair, right? I have short hair. When I want to get a new haircut, I want to know that you've already done this before. I don't want to be your guinea pig. So social media for a salon is actually really important. Social media for a plumber looking for people, like if a water line breaks right now in my office and there's just water flooding this place out, I'm probably not going to go to Instagram to find a plumber, right? So you got to know your avatar. A salon is a great one. So you need to have nice, great content. So what I would do is I would start out two things I'm going to give you. You want to have a website, obviously. On your website, you want to have a retargeting pixel so that you can show ads to people on social media. You don't even have to create crazy ads. You just want to be able to show something to the people who have already been to your website before. And so this could be another great example, you guys, of guided learning. So I go to Gemini and I type in, how do I create a retargeting campaign for my salon? And then I will just go to the tools section and I will click guided learning. And then I'll hit go. And it'll give you step by step, I already know, process to create a retargeting campaign. Now, for those that don't know what retargeting is, so what is retargeting? Have you guys ever gone on, I don't know, Nike or gone to like a shoe website and you're like looking at new shoes that you want to buy and you don't buy anything, but then like 2 days later you go on Amazon and you see ads for the exact same shoes? That's a retargeting campaign. You've already shown interest in something. You've been to the site. And when you go to the site, they give you what's called a cookie, a little tag. You don't see it. It's on your computer. It's on your phone. And that allows you to, it basically puts a target on your back for that business. And now they can continue to show you ads over time. And it's pretty simple to set up. It's very straightforward. You, like I said, go to Gemini and do the guided learning on this. The technical setup is all you have to do is copy and paste a tracking pixel code, and then you're done. That's how you put the target on people's back. It's literally copy, paste, put it on your website. And from that point on, you can go to Facebook and you can create an ad and show it to only the people that have been to your website. So why does this work? If people have found you on social media and then gone to your website, but not done anything, they didn't book, they didn't buy, they didn't reach out, they've at least spray painted a target on their back. So now you can show your ads to the people that have already raised their hand and said, hey, I might be interested in this. They're already somewhat warm. And so if you're just showing those warm ads to those people, eventually they're going to buy. So that is a very low-hanging fruit social media play that you can add to your salon business. And then I would double up on that by the content that you're posting. Now, what I like to do for social media content posting is I use HighLevel, again, my Swiss Army knife, right? And one of the other features that they have is called the social planner. And so you'll see I have my Google Business, my Facebook, my Instagram, my LinkedIn. I have all these social media platforms connected. And then I have these posts scheduled. This one's going to go out in a couple days. This one's going to go out in a couple days. And it's going to go out to, I create the posts in here. I use AI to create the images. Believe it or not, this is an AI image with my company branding in the background. Everybody looks like they're in Hawaii. Bunch of marketing nerds talking about marketing. The text, all AI generated, and I create all this right here. And then I schedule it to go out to all these platforms all at once. And so I can manage all my social media content posting here. And I recognize that as a salon, you may want to upload some of your own, like pictures of your own cuts and stuff like that. So, when you create posts, you can you select all the platforms you want to post to. And then you can upload images, you can upload video, or you can just do what I do. Again, you create images using from AI, and it's built right in. And by the way, you guys, this service that I'm showing you, this strategy with posting on social media, do you think you can charge money for this to small businesses? Do you think small businesses would love for somebody to take social media posting off the plate for them? The answer is yes, because it's annoying. And they also don't really know that there are tools like this out there that can help, that you can use AI to create images, text, and schedule all at once for them. And HighLevel makes this super easy. Remember, I'm giving you 30 days free to HighLevel. And I actually give you client getting tactics to get people that need this exact service, social media posting. It's one of my favorite ways to get your first customer is to sell social media posting. And if you've seen any of my other videos, I have some great ways to get your tactics here. So comment below this video, get the 4-part fast track training, get 30 days of HighLevel, start posting content to your social media and your next customer's social media. Jumping through the questions here, you guys. What else you got? How many replies and clients do you get from cold email? It just depends. How good is the list? How good is your email? There aren't really benchmarks, because anytime I hear somebody giving me benchmarks for emails and stuff, I'm like, well, how good is the list? Did they just buy a list from somewhere? Did they find a list that actually had the problem that I want to solve with the email? Or is it just a list of, anybody in a location? Is there still a couple people here on this live stream, you guys? I see blah, blah, blah. Let me know what questions you have. How do I get Flat Earth to rank #1 again against Donald Trump? I'm a Trumper. I love him. How do you get Flat Earther to rank? Man, I don't know. You got to go start some new social media content. You gotta maybe like get in a rocket ship and get out of the stratosphere and hopefully get a picture of the Earth, because if it's flat, you could get a picture of it being flat and then post it on social media, and hopefully it goes viral and you can outrank Donald Trump. Let me know what you think. A couple hundred people here. Okay, nice. Well then, if there's a couple hundred people here, you guys are here for a reason. What is holding you back from getting your first or your next customer? What questions do you have? Have you started before? Have you already started taking action? Do you already have some customers? Let me know in the chat. How many customers do you have? What services are you selling? You would like to start now, but haven't because what? And use this time. Don't just lurk on the live stream. Let me help you right now while I'm here. Somebody says, there is no stratosphere, we are enclosed. Oh, that's the same guy. Flatlands. Dude, I would appreciate it if you came to every single one of my streams and just dropped your flat earth knowledge over here. I appreciate you. Rife says the process was my holdup. What about the process is the holdup, Rife? Stanhill says just starting. Flat Earther says I only have one client. He doesn't have a website and his son is a flat earther, and so am I. Let's go. Well, what are you selling to this one flat earth client? Somebody says just started the last couple of days. Awesome. Amor says, I'm afraid to start now because I have no money and I feel it's a big decision to pay for service. If I sign up for something on a 30-day basis, I want to know that I can start earning right away. That's completely understandable. And I want to help you specifically. So number one, if you have no money, this is a really good business model because it doesn't require a lot to be successful. Okay. Let me break down, what I have for you specifically, right? The 4-part training is free. So I'm giving you a 4-part training step by step to show you how to find people, how to get them to pay you, how to deliver the service for free. I'm also giving you 30 days free of HighLevel, which you've already mentioned. You can cancel HighLevel at any time. At any time. So, let's say you get into this thing and you're 2 weeks in and for some reason, for whatever reason, you haven't been able to make it work, then just cancel it. But again, I get an affiliate commission when people sign up through HighLevel and they use it. I don't get a commission if people don't stay past the 30 days. And so just know that what I've put in here in this 4-part fast track training, it's not arbitrary. It's not just some random stuff. It's not some made up stuff. I'm a real guy, real business owner. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm getting clients using these methods that I'm actually showing you. That's why people in my community, if you come here, it's free, 25,000 people. You can see this was just posted, a weekly recap. People are taking action. This is not push button success, but they're taking action. I've shared with you the social media strategy a few minutes ago, right? Well, this guy, he just booked a client and produces wedding content using the Go HighLevel social media planner, $500 a month. He's an action taker, but I'm sharing this with you because the strategies work if you actually use them, right? So the risk in this business model is very low, especially in what I'm showing you today. The 4-part training is free. You have 30 days of HighLevel. If for some reason you get cold feet, cancel it. Before you sign up for anything, you can go to my Facebook group that's free. You can ask questions. You can search what other people are talking about and use that to be the thing that maybe gives you a little more confidence in what you are about to do. And then lastly, if you follow what I'm sharing with you in this 4-part fast track training, the only thing you have to lose right now is your time and effort. And the one thing that I can promise you, if you go through the 4-part training, is that I guarantee you will be a lot more further along in how to use AI to get clients and grow your business. And, there are plenty of people that are chugging along well past the 4-part training. But, if you're just investing your time to learn something, to me, that is a very powerful thing, and if what you are learning in is actually something that is working, then now it's just time to take action. For people that are just showing up, comment below. I put the link in the chat, my fast track training. I'm going to put it in there right now. And then I'm going to give you, if you haven't signed up for HighLevel, I'm going to give you my Bootcamp. So you get 30 days of HighLevel with my Snapshot and a live Bootcamp kickoff training. Hey, Flatland gave me a super like on the stream and a $4 donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. I don't get a lot of those, but it's nice. Cup of coffee, right? Somebody says, talk about registering a business to start. You're an LLC. Why? Any advice for beginners? Okay, so this is a great question. In the beginning, I didn't have a company. And I think you can create, in the US, if you're US based, you can make like a couple $1,000s as a hobby without actually having to start up an LLC. And why is that important? Well, when you're just getting started and you're trying to get traction and you're thinking this through, I like where you're thinking. You're like, I need to start a business. But actually, you can get caught up in trying to figure all that out before you're actually doing what is important. What is important right now is just like AA Moore, you need to go out and get that first customer. Go get $2,000, $3,000 in hobbyist money before you even have to do the LLC thing. And when you go validate the concept, validate your idea, like, okay, I can do this by generating a little cash, then take the time to figure out the LLC stuff and all the inner workings and coming up with a company name and a logo and all that stuff. I got my first 3 clients without ever having a website or an LLC. But when you're ready, yeah, you want to start. I mean, it depends what your plans are. I started out as a sole proprietor, which is like not the real big organization, because I'll be honest with you, I had no business being successful when I first started out. I was like, I was not crushing it at life, but my back was against the wall and I had to figure something out. I used to be a mechanic, and for some reason I decided to actually go all in on figuring out how to help people online. And I'm glad that I did. So I started with sole proprietor, and then I eventually moved to an LLC. If I would do it all over again, I would just start out with an LLC. And there are some tax incentives to be taxed as an S Corp now. Talk to your attorney. This is US based stuff, but that's what I am. I'm an LLC that is taxed as an S Corp. There's some additional tax savings there. If you're a beginner, go be a hobbyist. Go get your first clients first. Somebody says, hey, Nick, how do I get a 50-minute call with you? What's the scoop? I want to talk to you after your podcast. So I got a 2-year-old. I got another baby on the way. I got 2 multi-7-figure businesses, a lot of real estate development stuff going on right now. I'm pretty busy. Give me what you got right now, or send me a DM on Instagram with whatever you got with a Loom video breaking it down. I don't know. The hourly rate thing for me, it's stupid. Like I wouldn't do it. What other questions you guys have? People have no clue how to do digital marketing until I met Offline Sharks back in 2016. Nick is the truth. Don't slip up on having him guide you success. Style the Don. Appreciate you. That's nice feedback. Amor says, thank you, Nick. That was really helpful. I signed up for the Facebook group today. I appreciate you, Amor. Somebody says, I have a HighLevel subscription lying useless. What do? You go out there and find people you can help. Follow along in the tactics that I've given you in this video. Don't let that thing sleep, or don't sleep on that thing. Go take action. You got to be one of those people that are taking action. You got to wake up in the morning, throw on a pot of coffee, and start doing shit. The future, your future, is in your hands. Somebody says, keep pumping out those babies. What is a Facebook address? Facebook address, if you go to offlinesharks.com/Facebook, it'll put you in there. But I'm starting another community pretty soon here, which is going to be more focused on what I'm doing here on YouTube. Somebody says, thank you, Nick. You bring very structured and valuable information to the table. Very appreciate that. Writing notes, preparing. Hey, thank you. Somebody says, I joined HighLevel a few days ago. Is there a link to help me know where to enter the process? I have a link. If you're already a HighLevel member and you just want to go to the Bootcamp, you can go to, just send them a support request and say, I want a link to the Bootcamp. You got to be hungry. That's right. Can you go over that retargeting thing again? I wasn't able to take notes. Look, just watch the replay. Once we get off this stream, you can go watch the replay of this video. Somebody says the future has never looked brighter, my friend, and you are lightning. Thank you. Hey, if you guys know somebody that should get started with this business model, share this video, share this live stream right now, and then they'll get the recording of this video. And hopefully they use the guided learning feature, the new mentor feature, to do some stuff. Somebody says social media management is a pain in the butt. They want comment marketing to grow their audience, and awesome videos seems like a lot to deal with. Pops, let me help you out with that. So, okay, social media marketing is a different service than social media posting. And what I laid out for you with the social media planner is social media posting. Now, the reason social media posting, and let me pull this back up for you, because I think you guys, I use HighLevel to automate my social media posting. You can see I have all these scheduled posts created by AI to go to all these different platforms. And I charge anywhere from, if I'm going to post to a business's one of their profiles every other day for a month, 15 posts, $300. That's a fair deal, right? They don't have to give me any content, any images. I send them a form asking them questions about their business, and then I just use HighLevel to create all that content and schedule it out to them. By the way, they don't ever have to give me access to their social media profiles, because if they say yes to this, I just go to the Launchpad and put their phone number in here, and it texts them a link to the social planner dashboard, and they're the ones that integrate their social media profiles. So there's no friction there. And once they integrate them, then I can just create the content and schedule it all out. So social media posting is not the same as social media marketing. Social media marketing is when you go out there and you're selling like, hey, yeah, I'll get you more customer sales and leads through my social media marketing tactics. That's a totally separate service. That one, I agree, is a lot more difficult. You have to essentially run this business for them. And if it's a new business that doesn't have product market fit, they've never sold a product online before, it's very difficult. And those are the most common people that want you to be a social media marketer or looking for social media marketing. If they're an established business, they have a brand, they have people looking for them, it's a lot easier to sell stuff, right? But those people usually already have someone running their social media. So social media marketing is not what I sell. What I sell is social media posting. What is that? It's activity. We all know that if we are we're on vacation and we're trying to go to a restaurant with our significant other, date night, whatever, trying to go to an Italian restaurant, and you're looking for restaurants and you find one close to you. And my hack is I will always go on Google and look at pictures of the food on their Google business profile that other people take and post. I don't even use menus anymore. I just look up Google Maps and I look at the images and I'm like, that looks good. I want that. I will show the waiter. I'll be like, hey, what's that? They're like, oh, that's this. I'm like, I'll take that. I'm much more visual. And I think a lot of people are that way. But the point I'm trying to make is if I go to a restaurant and I try to do that, or my wife is researching a restaurant and we find somewhere that hasn't had an image posted in the last year, I'm probably going to go somewhere else, right? I'm going to wonder if that place is active or if they're even open. And so what I sell is social media posting, activity, one post every single day. And an upgrade is like, I'll post every single day to another platform, 3 platforms, 4 platforms. One platform is $300 a month. 2 platforms is $400 a month. 4 platforms is $1,000. 4 platforms every single day is $1,000 a month. And I sell activity. I don't sell more customers, more sales, more leads. I sell the heartbeat to your social media presence. And so it's your job to set the expectation properly, pops, on what you sell. And by the way, you guys, that social media method that I've just shared with you and that concept of social media posting and the expectation setting is all included in the 4-part fast track training. It is one of my money magnets. 230 watching now. Man, more people are showing up now. I appreciate you, Muniz Media Works, telling me how many people are here. Now that more people are here, now I'm like, do I have to go? Maybe I should order some Uber Eats. All right, you guys, give me some more questions then. If you like where we're going with this and you like hearing about this stuff. Somebody says, hey, Ponte, great session. What's the weather out there like today? I don't know. It's Maui, man. Maui weather. It's always the same. It's actually been a little rainy. A little windy. 65. The waves are going off right now. They're probably 20 feet outside. So what I'll do is I'll just look at the waves, and if they're good, I'll be like, all right, I gotta go. Shut down the stream. Kihei is looking pretty sunny. Somebody says, hi, thank you for the video. Can you please send me the link to your prompts and training? I have now sent you over 10 emails. You sent me 10 emails. The link is in the chat. Just scroll up. I put them in there. Somebody says social media posting is keeping the biz alive online and keeping them relevant. Yes, I agree. Somebody says, is there any way to cancel your HighLevel account and re-sign up through your link? I don't know that they do that. But you can sign up through my link and then cancel that account. I know that you can move. How much do you actually have in that existing account? Are you willing, is it working? Do you have a bunch of clients already? And if not, then maybe you should sign up through me because that affiliate isn't helping you. And maybe I'll help you more. You get more value from me. Somebody says, do you have the form example of what you send to a client for the social media posting? That's a good question. I do have the form. I give it to, I don't know where I have it. I have it in my social posting profit training, but just go to Gemini and tell it to give you an onboarding form for a small business who wants a social media posting service. Somebody says, thanks for defining the difference in social posting. The content you're posting that isn't considered high end then, and customers are fine with that. It just comes down to the expectation pops. It's important, when you bring somebody in, when you make a sale, you have to set the expectation properly when you take their money. If somebody says they're going to do something for you and you're like, hey, I can do this thing. And they're like, okay, what do I get? And you tell them, and they say, how long will that take to get results? And you say 2 weeks or 6 months or 2 weeks. And they're like, okay, I'm expecting 2 weeks. Here's the money. But then you come in 5 months later, they're going to be upset because their expectation was set improperly. And it's also difficult to walk back the expectation once it's already been set. So if you say 2 weeks and you're a month in and you're like, hey, actually it's going to take a couple months, they're going to be upset. So very important to set the expectation right out of the gate from the beginning. I'm not saying you can't walk it back, but it is more challenging. So what you do from the beginning is set the expectation of, you just tell them, I sell social media posting, I sell activity, I'm not selling engagement. Yes, posts, if you have a good audience, will have engagement, but what I'm giving you is the activity on your profile so people don't go somewhere else. Somebody says, you actually knowledge, I appreciate, there's so many fake high-level gurus and you lead with real business methods and not just fake. Hey, I appreciate you. Like, I can't tell you how important it is for me that you said that, because like I said, I got into this business because when I started out, I found information online that I thought was good, and I bought it. It took me a couple weeks of learning how to do it, and then I didn't have any success. And maybe you've felt this before. I was kind of pissed, not only because I spent my money, but I invested my time, and there was no real possibility that I was going to be even successful using it, because it was a method somebody invented to sell and make money online. It was not a method somebody actually used to do this thing. And maybe it's something that somebody rehashed 10 years ago, or they did 5 years ago, and now they're representing it to be fresh and new and whatever. So that pissed me off. And I was like, hey, look, the little experience that I have, at least I can share with people what I'm doing to actually be working right now. And that's when I started my YouTube channel. That's when I started making content online. And so for me, it has been very important for me to always be running this company, Mina Marketing, which is my marketing agency, right? My numbers and my stats and the stuff that I do comes from a live and active business. And that's why I can speak the way that I can to you guys of the knowledge, the full, the difference between a good coach. I'm not even calling myself a coach. I'm talking about if you're in the NFL, a good coach is somebody who knows all the plays, but knows them so well they can see them all in 50 different ways. They can switch people out. They can move them back and forth. They can, blah, 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 because they have done these things so many times and executed at such a high level that they know it from all the way around. And that's why I can talk about what I do, because I have over 50 clients in my AI marketing agency. We are a multi-7-figure business. I have over this, I took this screenshot a long time ago, thousands of success stories documented of people using my strategies to actually get clients, save time, and grow their business. And I've taught people how to replicate what I have done for a long time now. And, it's difficult to run an actual agency while running a software business, while creating a community. One of the things, this is a slide from a different presentation, but this guy, you guys probably know this guy now. One day he actually told me that I needed to choose between the agency and all the other stuff I was doing. He's like, why are you doing all these other things? I'm like, because one feeds the other. If I just had the education business, I would have nothing to teach about. And because I suck at presenting and I suck at public speaking, I would just choke. So that's why I keep the agency, because I get all my content, my information fresh out of this business, and it gives me the stuff to talk about in the other one. He's like, you should probably cut one off. And I was like, all right, well, I can't, so I don't. And that's why I still run multiple businesses. Somebody says, go high level only works if someone does show you how it works and you work on it daily. Well, isn't that like going to the gym? It only works if you do it all the time, regularly, consistently. Isn't that like getting an MBA or studying for a test? Everything requires anything good requires effort. And if you put consistency and discipline into that mix, obviously you're going to have more help. But to one thing that you said about high level, if if I go to Go HighLevel support portal, and I used HighLevel for over multiple years before I ever promoted it online. And I used it in my agency. I only started promoting it last year. One of the reasons that I was like, all right, I'm going to actually start talking about what I'm doing with HighLevel is because I went to one of their live events, and it was undeniably clear to me that the company cares about the people that use the tool. Their support team, they really invest in their support team continuing to improve and innovate these things. And so if you go to their support portal, you can search for anything, any one of their features. Support Planner. This is live, this is free, and you can just get step-by-step information getting set up with the social planner. And you will have videos, screenshots, way better training than I could ever do in one of these YouTube videos like I've done. I've tried my best to just give you some step-by-steps, right? But you're probably better off just, if you have a question, going here and searching for it because the answer is already there. Somebody says you must have a bunch of employees. Do you use the project management software service you shared? I use Monday. Yeah, I use, so I've used many over the years. Right now in the agency, I think I have a screenshot in this. We use ClickUp. So this is a different slide, but this is like in ClickUp, we use ClickUp for our project management. I also use Asana in another company. I've used, back in the day, I started out with Basecamp. But this is our active client list. I blurred out all the information. And these are, this column you can see we have like our total monthly retainer for each client is anywhere from $1,000 a month to $3,000 a month. And this guy's paying us $15,000 a month. But I'm saying that because I'm showing you the slide that I have for the project management. But just know that, I have 50 clients paying me on monthly retainer in my business, and I'm making multi-seven figures in that business. We're generating multi-seven figures. And when I tell people 50 clients pulling in multi-million-dollar numbers, they're like, how is that possible? The reason it's possible, you guys, is because we bring people in with a foot in the door strategy, $500 one time, or even free. And then when we do things like give them social media posting on HighLevel, once we put them in the HighLevel, we use all these other tools to unlock more. So we'll say, hey, we're selling social media posting, right? They already bought it. Well, another thing we can do is now we can do reputation marketing. Here's the reputation marketing section. We will send out a review blast for you every single month for another $100 per month. So we take somebody who came in at $1,000 per month, and now we've jumped them to $1,500 per month. And then we sell them email marketing, and then an AI agent, and then, email, like many other things, to the point where, GEO, SEO, Google ads. Now we've got somebody who came in at $500 a month and they're at $5,000 a month. And my whole mindset training that I teach to people is, especially using HighLevel, is instead of these businesses viewing us as an expense, we just generate them profit. We are a profit center for their business. They are happy to pay us each month because when we send them their reporting, it's like, oh, we paid you guys $2,000, but here's how much money we made you. And we use tools like HighLevel to continue to make them money over and over again. Somebody says AI isn't as advanced as you think. It's little people on computers pretending so they can steal our ideas. That's funny. I actually think AI is astronomically, absurdly underutilized right now, and it's going to get even crazier and crazier. We are really just at the beginning. Somebody says, do you have clients pay you Google Ads budget and then you pay Google? Have you shared how you charge for that service? That is a very great question. Pops, you got all the good questions, man. I can tell, Pops, you are going to be somebody, if you're not already in my community, that I'm going to see some good things from you, because the questions you have tell me that you are envisioning yourself actually doing these things. So what I do, I collect the Google ad budget for a lot of my clients. So for example, our minimum Google ad campaign is $2,000 a month. So 1,000 of that goes to management, and the other 1,000 of it goes directly to Google for the ad spend. The way Google advertising works is if somebody goes to, my example here, somebody goes to Google and they type in roofer, the first thing that shows up are Google ads, right? Sponsored roofers. If somebody clicks on this ad, it costs $2 or $3, whatever Google has priced out the price of clicks for roofing in this area is. So you have to, that's called ad spend. You have to have ad spend in order for your ads to show up there. And every time somebody clicks on it, they take a piece of that. So I charge a minimum $1,000 a month management fee for me and my team. And then you have to have at least $1,000 in ad spend. So overall, $2,000 is the total expenditure for that Google ad campaign. We just collect the $2,000 90% of the time. And then we spend that $1,000 on their behalf. One of the nice perks for that is that you get unlimited credit card points in doing this. So, there are credit cards out there like the American Express Gold Business Card that allows you to get 4x credit card points up to the first $150,000 to $200,000 spent per year on specific categories. One of the categories for the Google Amex Gold Business Card is advertising. So 4x points on advertising spend. And then after that, you just get whatever, 1, 2x like normal. But, at any given time, I have millions of points just for doing that. And sometimes people will want the points, or they'll want to use your credit card, and we'll do that. But more often than not, we just collect the money and spend it on their behalf. Somebody says you were going to post but got distracted. Yeah, what was I going to post about? Sorry, I'm getting a little delirious now. I've been here for over an hour. Somebody says, can you give us an example of if you were starting off with no testimonials or reviews, how would you structure your business? How would you niche down selling HighLevel review management or AI tools? So that's a really good question. And you should watch the beginning of this video over. But I realize there's a lot of people here, and I do want to give you something right now. And so the point I will make to you is that if you are just starting out and you have no testimonials or no reviews, you will need to be a little more creative to convince somebody to actually pay you. And so therefore, one of the ways, or if you watch any of my YouTube videos, I will share with you what I call a foot in the door strategy. I would consider myself, I was just going to call myself the king of foot in the door strategies. I don't know if I am, but I always teach foot in the door strategies. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I will always teach a foot in the door strategy. What is a foot in the door? It is the phenomenon that happens when you offer somebody something small in order to later build goodwill and sell them something bigger. You get your foot in the door with the free audit. You get your foot in the door with the $100 thing that normally costs $1,000. And once you're in the door, they're like, okay, this guy, I trust him. The barrier is lower. He doesn't have any reviews, but he was going to work up front, deliver value up front. So therefore I said, yeah, he was going to give me 2 weeks of free content. What's the harm in getting 2 weeks of free content? He gave me the content. It was so good that I was like, yeah, you can do this for me for the rest of the month. Or how much does it cost for you to do this month after month? So you have to, if you don't have social proof, credibility, portfolio, testimonials, whatever, you have to do something else to be successful. You have to get your foot in the door somehow. Don't start out trying to charge $5,000 a month for Google ads because you're not going to get anybody to pay you. You'll want to do what I said. Start small, grow big, work your way up. That is why HighLevel is so nice for people that are just getting started, because you have lots of things that you can unlock and sell later on once you get your foot in the door. Again, you guys, this is all stuff we cover in the 4-part fast track training. If you haven't signed up yet, it's free. I'm giving you the whole prompt document from this video, this whole video. You're also going to get 30 days of HighLevel if you haven't already. My video is loaded with foot in the door strategies. Somebody says I have no clients yet either. Well, I just gave you step-by-step instructions in this video how to get your first client. And I'm giving you even more support in my 4-part fast track training. So what's holding you back from starting? Somebody says, I'm sure you have to separate the $2K into income and expense. Yeah, well, you spend the money on Google ads, so you spend it as a business expense. But yes, on my P&L, it says Google ad spend collected. I think last year we had, 500,000 of collected Google ad spend or something. Somebody says, thanks, I've owned a small SEO agency for years. We have a number of similarities, but I always have more to learn from those doing it better than me. Hey, you and me both, especially with this new world of AI. I feel like all I'm doing is learning. And every time I learn something new comes up. So somebody says, I thought he was saying what the I don't know. GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. Watch the replay. Sammy says, I don't know if this is a stupid question. I don't know how to ask this, but does naming your company make a difference like making a good company name? That's a good question. So when I started out, I didn't even think I was going to be successful, right? Like I didn't really know what I was doing at all. I called my company Nick Ponte Marketing. How creative is that? Some people really like to have their name in their brand. For me, I'm not that in, I mean, I don't know. I don't like seeing my name in the brand. And I only discovered that after the brand became big. Like we started getting a lot of clients, and then I had people working for me. And then like I would be with them and they'd be like, oh yeah, I work for Nick Ponte Marketing. I was like, man, that's lame. Like, why can't we work for something together? Like, I don't want to be your boss. I don't want to be, I don't want you to work for Nick Ponte Marketing. I don't know. My ego isn't that big because I look at it that way. I'm not saying everybody else looks at it that way. So eventually I made the pivot into calling my company Mina Marketing. So I had to rebrand later. But I will say in the beginning, when you don't have any social proof or credibility or testimonials saying, hey, I'm Nick Ponte from Nick Ponte Marketing or whatever, they're buying you in the beginning. You can always change your brand name later if you want. It's kind of a pain in the ass if you're bigger like we were. But you can, and again, like I said, collecting $3,000 or whatever it is, what is the minimum amount you can make as a hobby before filing taxes? You must report all hobby income in your tax return, even if your total income is below standard filing minimums like standard deduction. What? Okay. All right. Hold on. Standard deduction 2026. Standard deduction for 2026 is $16,000 for single tax filers. So, I don't know. How much money can I make as a hobby before starting a business? That's probably a better question to ask. $600? Shit, I was wrong. I'm sorry, you guys. So go get your first $500 client. Required you to report all income, even under $600. Oh, no. Okay, sorry. You can make money from a hobby up to the point where it becomes consistently profitable 3 out of 5 years. So it's a timeline, but you have to report that income. So you don't have to have an LLC. You just have to report it on your personal tax returns. Okay, that makes sense, right? Now, go ahead and validate your business without starting an LLC until you get a couple clients. Then you might want to start a company, but you don't, in the beginning, just represent yourself as a freelancer. You're not with a company. Hey, my name is Nick. I specialize in helping businesses just like yours get found in tools like ChatGPT. You don't have to say, I'm Nick and I'm calling from Mina Marketing. You can just say you're you. And then one other thing you guys can do to what I like to call hack your authority is, like, if you're one of those people who here wants me to give you a authority hijack script. Like, let's say you don't have any testimonials, you don't have any reviews, but you want to get started with this business, and you maybe have the mindset of like, man, if I reach out to somebody or I send them an email or I talking to my barber and I tell him I'm gonna help him with this, he's not gonna trust me. He's not gonna pay me any money. They're not gonna pay me any money. I know this because I've had this experience. So you can lean on my credibility. I'll let you do this. You can say, yeah, I can help you get recommended in tools like ChatGPT. If somebody says to you, and I see you all chiming in, oh, great, how long have you been doing this? Or, how many people have you done this before in the past? Well, to be completely upfront and transparent with you, I'm just getting started in this, but I'm following the tactics of this guy that's been doing this for over 10 years. And what I'm willing to do is implement exactly what he has taught me to do and a lot of other people to do and done for a lot of other businesses for you. So I'm going to follow, every single bullet point exactly as he's laid it out for you. And, the benefit for you is you get his strategy, but you don't have to pay him, and you can just pay me less and you get probably somebody that's a little more committed to seeing you be successful, because I do want your testimonial in the future. That's how you hack your authority. Somebody says, I need help moving my website from AWS to Go HighLevel or replicate and delete it. I've already purchased Go HighLevel. Help, help, lots of exclamation points. Open up a support ticket with HighLevel. You know, you can like go to HighLevel and sign up for priority support and get on a Zoom call with them at any point. I could seriously go there right now and hop on a Zoom call right now. Join Zoom call right now with a HighLevel expert. They make it really easy to get help. This isn't the stream for me to help you with that. Somebody pops got the questions unlocked. Do you manage pre-existing ad accounts that are owned by the client, or do you always start with a new one? Sometimes I get clients that had a previous agency that kept their ad accounts. So that's a really good question, because we got this 2 days ago. We have a client that we just sold. I'm remembering now. It's a surf lesson company, and they have a Google ad client. They have a Google ad account. And man, I want to pull this up. I want to pull this up for you guys, just because Pops is like so on the money with his questions. And this is like stuff that's coming out of real world scenarios out of an actual agency, which is why I'm telling you guys, I think he can be really successful. Where is it? On Wednesday, one of my salespersons says, I just had a new client come in, $2,000 a month, Google ad campaign. And she says, thank you. If possible, I'd like to get this one setting up and going as fast as we can. What does he need to do to get connected with for Harbor? But essentially, he has a Google ad account. And if somebody has a Google ad account and they're running Google ads, I made the mistake of like trying to start a new one. And what happens is you put yourself at risk. Either it can go really good or it can go really bad, because if they're running Google ads right now, or any ads, Facebook, whatever, they will probably have some sort of traction. Maybe they're used to one person buying their stuff per day, or 10 or 20. And if you start a new campaign in a new ad account, it could take time to ramp up and actually get to that number that they're already experiencing. People call this seasoning an ad account, right? If you don't come out of the gate hot and get it right, they're going to just see a drop, and they're going to be like, hey, we just hired you to come take this over and do it better, and it sucks. So the better way to approach this is you have two ways. Take over their account and slowly make changes. Don't do anything drastic right away. You incrementally make the changes and optimizations, or you can create a new ad account and slowly ramp that one up while you slowly dial the other one back. Hopefully that was helpful. Somebody says, link to the new thing you were doing. Oh, the Go Collab link. Let me see. Man, I appreciate you guys in this stream. You guys are asking some good stuff. And I know I have a lot of people in here that I want to keep track of. And I do have a link to the new membership. Look at this. Okay, this is the first time I'm going to be announcing this. This is a cat out of the bag. You guys are super early. If you do join right now, you have to stick with me. Be patient with me. But I promise you, the engagement in this group is going to be off the chart. And I just have placeholder branding and stuff here right now. But I'm going to be having people from Minor Marketing come in and do training content. I'm going to be in here as well and all that stuff. But AI Control Room. The AI Control Room, what do you guys think about this name? Is the hub where AI systems are activated to create real income and time leverage, clear paths, real frameworks, no hype. Stuff that I've been giving you today, right? You guys, can we agree on that? Let me get you a link. So here's what I'm going to give you guys too. Check this out. So I put the link in the chat, and I have written on my whiteboard. You guys are really early. Just know that you're really early. I have some things that I'm going to put in here that I've never released before. Some things that I've been doing like really recently, right? Like, so for example, if you go to my YouTube channel, you guys will notice that I've been creating what's called AI avatar videos, right? So hold on, let me pull this up. Let me know if you guys have seen any of my avatar videos. I have this strategy So there's so much going on in the world of AI, right? Breaking news every single day, a new tool, a new API, a new strategy. It's hard to keep up with. I'm on this live stream. I'm creating content for you guys regularly, but there's also stuff that I'm seeing when I don't have the time to create a specific unique video on it. And so what I've been doing is I've been using my avatar. Let me get my audio set up here. Start audio capture. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
So I just got early access to something from Google that honestly changes everything. And here's the crazy part. While everyone's out here fighting over the same tired client services, this opens up a completely different game. I'm talking about voice technology that most people don't even know exists yet. And the businesses that need this, they're willing to pay serious money. Like multiple...
So this, and you can see, like this video got 5,000 views, 300 likes, 52 comments. So there's a couple things. So this strategy, I'm going to be putting into the AI control room. I have a lot of other things that are going to be going in here. The actual AI fast track is already in here. It's being built out in here, but I want to start putting this community together there. So anyway, that strategy, the avatar stuff is, for anybody that doesn't want to get in front of the camera and create content, you can have an avatar do that. It doesn't have to be an avatar view. It can be of anybody. But also think about this. Can you offer this as a service to business owners in your area? Create content for them to grow their business? The answer is yes. Will they charge you a fee for that? Or will you be able to charge a fee for that? The answer is yes. It will arguably be a very high fee. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing to do that and systemize it, because here's a couple things I want to make clear about the avatar content. First of all, I'm not trying to create avatar content and pass it off as this is me, right? I don't want people to think this is me, which is why I say it up front in the beginning of every single video that I make, this.
Hey there, so if you're new here, I'm Nick Ponte's AI avatar. While the real Nick is busy helping businesses with Mina Marketing, Hawaii's fastest growing marketing agency, I'm here dropping the latest AI hacks, tools, and money-making strategies. The real Nick reads every single comment on these videos, so make sure you comment below.
So the reason I do that is because I don't want people to, like, I get a lot of comments and they're like, this is an avatar. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you it's an avatar. Why does this work? Why is this working for me? This is working for me because I'm not creating AI slop, right? This is really high value. If you're serious about landing some AI, no more salaries. Like, it's not just an avatar, first of all. It's also screen sharing, step by step, showing you, the visual representations of, there's B-roll of me, of course, too. Demos, case studies, things like that. So my mindset and strategy is this. It's if the content that I'm putting out with the avatar, number one, I'm being authentic. I'm telling you it's not me. But if the topic and the content is high value enough that people are entertained and they get the same type of value as if I were explaining it to them, then it would be worth it for their time. And so I can tell you right now, it costs me $200 to $300 per video that I create. That's not very cheap, right? That's pretty expensive. And so I invest that money into doing that because I want to get the breaking news out there. I want to get that stuff to you guys, and I can have help doing that. Now, if you want to resell this as a service to somebody, obviously you're going to have to sell it for $400 a video, or you're going to have to get your costs down, but you can also just do it for yourself. So anyway, let's go see how many people joined that group. I see probably not too many people right now, but oh shoot, 11 members. Boom. Let's go. Yeah, you guys, I appreciate you all being here. I'm going to welcome early in control room peeps. You guys, you're my seed group. Put in, where you're from. Be a little patient with me, but this is over the next couple of weeks, 30 days, whatever. It's going to be a place that is definitely expanding and growing. Somebody says, I know that it's hard to believe for somebody going to pay me for it, but I'm down. You can do this. Trust me, you can do this. Somebody says, we are blessed that you're able to put the content out in a way that otherwise we could not receive. It is a bonus for all of us. Thank you. Yes, appreciate that. Can you put the Facebook link in the YouTube? This isn't Facebook. It's a, I will add the Go Collab link in the video stream. Yeah. In the description of the video. Somebody says, Amor is, check the spam. People are joining, so it's clearly working. How many people are still here, you guys, on this stream? Yes, I will be sharing the generation models that I use, the whole process, all the tools, everything that goes into creating those AI content avatar videos. Somebody says, I've been seeing your avatar, pretty awesome for efficiency and just the technology stuff, incredible. It talks too fast. Yes, it's going to be slow. It already is slowed down a little bit. Already cranking it out with AI. Just love to hear your overview and thoughts on it. Cool. Welcome. Somebody says, I'm with the 7th Potato City, 99 Mo, quarter Japanese, and I love biking, kayaking, and on Newcastle Island. What's up? I'm a quarter Japanese too. I'm half Portuguese, quarter Japanese, Irish, English, and Scottish. Somebody says, still here signing up for all the links. 250 people here. Maybe they're busy doing work while talking, probably. All right, well, let me know what questions you guys have. If you guys have questions and you need some help with something, I have some topics here while we're still here, but I do plan to get out of here in a little bit. I have this new Instagram strategy that I'm working on that is going to scale Instagram content massively, and of course I'm going to share the results with you guys when I get them, right? Gotta get the results first before we talk about them. Hold on, I'm trying to pull this slide up for you guys that I had in a recent presentation. Somebody says, what is your main source of income? So my main source of income is agency, online education, affiliate stuff. They're all pretty up there, you know, and similar. I make a good amount of income from rental properties too. You know, I think like I have a slide in one of these videos, one of these presentations. Here. So like I own a lot of real estate, rental properties. Recently bought my dream house. I live in Hawaii. It's one of the most expensive places in the nation to live. But real estate really helps with that rental income and all that stuff. The best part of this video is that you're genuine and it shows that you're really doing what you... Yes, thank you. I appreciate you. Somebody says, sign up for the control room. Will be on there to help me get started. I'm done with all this stuff. My name is Matt. What's up, Matt? Full disclosure, you're pretty early in the control room, Matt, but I am going to be starting to post and comment and get people going in here. So just stick with me. But I'm going to be continuing to release content and do streams on the YouTube channel and stuff. I just have some stuff working behind the scenes, connecting this to my email list and stuff like that. Somebody says, I didn't realize you went live, but just got my ended in Slack message. Assistant set up and functioning. Nothing like seeing those green check marks. Love your content. Heck yeah, Jojo Rabbit. To sell review management at scale, do you need a team? And is $99 a month fair price for a new business with no track record? So if you use HighLevel as your reputation source right here, I know guys that are making, I know a kid that's making $40,000 a month and all he does is review stuff. And he has a couple virtual assistants helping him, but he was making, $8,000 to $10,000 a month all by himself. So, it's a really scalable method. Somebody says, hey, how many people paint their roof blue to stop energy weapon? Dude, the flatland stuff is funny. How do you feel about doing tax liens? Do you have experience in that? No, I don't have experience with tax liens. I did have that slide though that I found. Hey, you guys, I want to say thank you guys for pushing me to give you the Go Collab community invite. Like I'm super stoked that you guys pushed me to do that. I wasn't planning on doing that. And again, like, it's early, but thanks for doing that. How do I get in that AI room in HighLevel if I can't get the link to work? I don't know why you can't get the link to work. Maybe try typing it into your browser. Here's the link. nickponte.ai/control room. These are all topics, by the way, you guys, just to help with any questions you might have. Barry Marshall, you are doing a great job. I'm 100% in. Appreciate you, Barry. Okay, well, let's do a last call of questions, you guys. The link to join the new group is on the screen right there in yellow. If you want, if you haven't already, I'll put the links. Let's do this. You want a link to the fast track? When you guys sign up for the fast track training, just so you know, you're going to get taken to this page. It's like a thank you page, essentially, where you can claim your 30-day trial of HighLevel. And then it says you can join the Facebook group, but you guys are already in the new AI control room, which is going to be the main group that I'm posting to. And then you have your first video for fast track day 1. Then you have your AI bonus resources, which is this entire document with all my bonuses from the last videos, which also includes this one from today's training. And there you go. So that's where that's at. I have so many tabs open right now. Okay. I'm going to read these last round of questions that you guys have here. Currently producing t-shirts. I have a couple ideas for taglines. What would be your best suggestion for taglines, or just bike and kayak with a flat earth bent Newcastle Island? So, I was actually thinking of creating some new t-shirts too for my company. And I was like, man, what, design is not my strength. I'll just be honest. Why don't I have AI? Why don't I give it some examples of people that I think are fashionable or industries that I think create good clothes, and then tell it about my company, and then give me some mock-ups of some examples of some good shirts. I was going to try to use Manus AI to help me with this. So maybe that'll be helpful for you. Appreciate you saying this is the best educational video you've watched. Thank you. Having trouble with the fast track link that was emailed to you. Diva, I'm not sure what that is, but I will double check that. If you've already joined, you can go to the link in the description of the video, and that should be working. Are you keeping the AI control room public or private group? I haven't really decided yet. So you guys are kind of sneaking in there right now. Okay, you guys. Well, we've been on here almost 2 hours. My throat's a little sore. What is your method for creating a keyword list for tracking rankings? It takes time to develop a good one to use for progress reporting. Yeah, Pops, dude. Pops, make sure you join the control room and you let us know who you are. If your name isn't Pops in there, so we know who you are. So there's a keyword. I actually have a method that I'm going to give you that Google just rolled out, another little goodie. This is something I gave my team internally. Open Keyword Explorer, search your industry, hit view all, sort through the keyword low. Here you go. No, this actually isn't it. I apologize. Hold on a second here. There's a new Google. So we do our keyword research for people, right? We use Ahrefs to do keyword research in short. And then we create articles and content around that. And every month, depending on the SEO or the GEO package that people have, we're optimizing for 3 to 5 to 10 keywords per month. And then we slowly add those keywords to our rank tracking when we start creating content and relevance around them. But there is this new feature in Google Search Console that I wanted to show you. I'm gonna have to find it. I'll post it into the AI control room once I get it. Somebody says, do we have to upgrade to VIP? No, the VIP is just for people that want to go faster. Everything you need to be successful is for free. We just have some, I have some people in my audience that are like Pops, who are aggressive, want to go faster, want a little more help. And so for that reason, I created 4 additional videos and more resources and templates. All right, you guys. So I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you guys being my OG pilot crew into the AI control room. We got 26 people that signed up. Look at that. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this new community here. And if you haven't already, make sure to join the 4-part fast track training. Comment below. I'll send you a link. 30 days of HighLevel, the software, the bonuses, the prompt document, and all the other stuff. And I have already put a link to the fast track training in the live stream comments, and then also a link to my HighLevel snapshot directly. So with that, you guys, I'll see you in the next one. Maybe definitely Monday I'll do a live stream.